We're back at another truth session. That's right, where your thoughts really count. You know, we always say they really matter to us. Yes, they do. Thank you once again for tuning in to another, we always say, episode of the truth session. Epi. That's right, to superimpose another episode. We have the ability and the opportunity to superimpose this information over you, around you, above you, on top of you, that you may grow. So welcome to another episode of the Truth Session. I am your very own, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shapeshifter, the code breaker, baby. Coming at you live in your living color with 2,400 watts of power in this hour. That's right, sitting in the captain's seat once again for the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Oh, we've been dealing with some powerful truths. That's right, the quantum mechanics of things, quantum principles, quantum mathematics, quantum time. We have been delving into some very, very deep, complex, but yet simple terms and simple concepts to help us grow, to help us understand who we are, where we're going, how to live, how to think freely, how to flow. That's right, that's what we do here in the Truth Session. We ask you to come on and walk with us today. Thank you for your time, your energy, your efforts. We know that you could be doing a number of things, but you consciously chose to be with us, to celebrate us. That's right, to lend your voices, your energy, your internet, your phones, your devices. That's right, everything that you have to tap into what we do. I want to thank you for it. We don't take your time for granted nor lightly. We thank you for that quantum time, that quantum energy that you give us. So we appreciate you, we love you, and we honor you. Oh, I want to come right out of the gates once again and give a nice shout out to our very own songbird Katie. That's right, Katie Royal Reign. That's right, for her commencement. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm still celebrating. That's right, celebrate her. Listen, I've been talking about it at work. I said, yes, right. My sister even walked across the stage. Hello, somebody. I've been talking about it. Come on, y'all, give her a hand up in this demonstration. Yes, indeed. And while you're at it, while you're in the clapping mood, come on, give her a black hand. Yeah, that's right. Walked across the stage with a master's in education. Man, that's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. But knowing her, I know she just made it look easy. But it's not an easy task. So I want to shout out once again for such a major accomplishment, a milestone. That's right. So listen, we celebrate all month long. So if you still feel like sending a shout out saying congratulations, please do so all month long. We celebrate like that. Oh, but we're not done celebrating. That's right. We have our very own. Come on, talk to me up in here. Our very own Prince of Peace and Katie Royal Reign. Their anniversary is today. Happy anniversary up in this demonstration. Oh man, listen, this celebration time. Y'all don't understand. We like to celebrate. We like to recognize and honor our very own. We give a shout out to you. Listen, y'all, enjoy this demonstration. It's been a long time coming. All throughout the truth sessions, all throughout our very own Wind Down Wednesday, you can always catch them up in that demonstration. Listen, lending their voices, i.e. their message via text. That's right, via DM. Live, chopping it up. Oh, it's about to go down. Listen, last week we talked about the discontinuity of time breeds success, all tied and wrapped into quantum principles. So I'm excited today. About what we're going to talk about, which is part 2, and how we're going to make it all fit. How it's fitly frames and fitly joins together. want to welcome you and say Shalom Aleichem. Assalamu Alaikum. Imhotep. Abaragani. Amari Kaka. Amari Dada. Hola. Bonjour. Konnichiwa fam. And those of you who are listening abroad, those of you on the outskirts might not have come into the session, but you're still listening. We recognize you as well. Those of you who are our donors, those of you who are known donors, and those of you who donate to us anonymously, thank you. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for our constituents. That's right, T. Swin, JB, Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. Awesome book out, that's right. Oh, come on, somebody. Talk to me up in here. Love is for suckers. T. Swin. Oceans of Thoughts. Rosalind. Aaron McLean. Our very own. Our very own. Our very own. Hello, somebody. That's right, Queen. Octavia up in the house. I know. Listen, thank you for all that you do. Your voice is doing Wind Down Wednesday. We thank you as well. Your words don't go unnoticed, so thank you. And listen, let me not be remiss to say, Wind Down Wednesday, you might want to tap in because we have such an awesome time. Awesome time Wind Down Wednesday. Oh, my goodness. Let's talk about this. Let's go into it. Listen, I'm just going to take a quick moment and send out some of these messages and notifications so everybody can be plugged in. Just give me a second here while they tantalize your ears. Yeah, come on. Have you ever needed your voice to be heard? Have you ever, do you ever, if it's you ready for true session? Come on. Talk to him. Talk to him. This is the truth. Yes, sir. This is the truth. Come on, tell them about it. Have you ever needed your voice to be heard? Come on, explain it to him. on. Yes, come on.
Will your voice will always, always be heard.
Oh, come on here. I know you love that sound. So sweet. Come on here. So soothing. Filled with so much encouragement and healing. Oh, come on, somebody. That's an energy that's unparalleled, unmatched, second to none. That's right, where your voice will be heard. Thoughts really matter. Listen, let me also point out that we are streaming live on YouTube. THEEONE exclamation point. That's right, on our YouTube page. So if Facebook just happened to go down or start acting up, you can go over to YouTube. That's where you'll catch us. Listen, words cannot express how excited and happy I am right now. This has been such a week of celebration that, listen, it's indescribable. Got anniversary going on with our very own Hall. That's right, Crystal Peace and Katie Royal Reigns. Your graduation, the commencement, yes. You saw it out there on Facebook, posted everywhere. That's exciting to the family. Then on Monday, I had my born day. Celebration. That's right, December 16th, on the day that our very Katie Royal Reigns was walking across the stage. Hello, somebody. Not only that, I was sitting at the president of the college's house, having brunch with him on my born day while Katie Royal Reigns was walking across the stage. Come on here. Man, that's awesome. Then the very next day, guess what? I followed her footsteps. I walked across the stage. Man, listen, I have been celebrating. Hello, Katie Royal Reigns, up in here. I'm still celebrating. I'm celebrating for the rest of the month. I think I'm going to celebrate until I get tired. Oh, we see our very own Tanika Jones in the house. Chicago is here. Up in here. She also sends a shout out to you. My goodness. Man, let's get to this. I'm not going to be before you long. I just want to drop some info in your lap. Give you something to think about. Talking about the discontinuity of time breeds success. And we broke down some terms in our previous truth session talking about discontinuity and how time does not flow on and roll on just how it has been described to us in the past. It's got some jagged edges. It leaps, it jumps, it skips realms. Just like electrons go from energy shell to energy shell, as I demonstrated on the board before. So time has those fractals as well. We talked about fractals, how things are not just smooth, but sometimes things just have to be fitly joined together, strategically, in a fractal manner. So discontinuity plays a major part in quantum leap. Quantum discontinuity, being discrete, quantum discreteness, quantum physics, everything. It plays a major part because, listen, if we were on this straight linear of time, then we could never get off that straight linear of time when we encounter something that was bad, that was unfavorable. We would stay on that same linear. So it doesn't make sense at all. But we've been programmed to think that things just advance and pass on in this linear fashion. Well, how can that be? When things orbit and revolve and evolve, that's a circular path, 360-degree plane. It's not a straight line. So there's no way we're looking at time advancing and passing on to an appointed occasion in a linear fashion, because we don't advance with time. As the one talked about before, we advance through time. It's a measuring stick. It gives us an idea of some semblance of something that's tangible, something that is so-called real. But there is a discontinuity. And I want to get into something here. I want to go back to this board and just kind of show you how this word comes into play and helps us see. Our job is to make all men see. The human, mankind. We want you to see. So before I started, I wrote this word on the board. I wrote the word on the board. Discontinuity. And I left this piece up here, this dividing fine line from being general and quantum when it comes to time. There's a general aspect of time which talks about continuity, talks about continuity, things moving in linear fashion, and then discreteness. But let's take it another step further. Look at the word discontinuity. Let's look at the first part of it. Discontinuity, or discontent. To be discontent. Okay, well, let's talk about that. So from discontinuity, it takes it all the way out before you get to the suffix or the latter part of the word, so you can get discontent from discontinuity. Watch this. According to vocabulary.com, watch what discontent means. And discontent, it is made up of two words, or two parts. Dis, meaning not or undo. Content, a state of peaceful happiness. So, as an adjective, to be discontent means not to be happy or peaceful. Watch this. A longing for something better than the present situation. Hello, somebody. Longing for something better than the present situation. As a noun. Watch this as an adjective. Showing or experiencing dissatisfaction or relentless longing. So you're looking at the word discontent from a quantum aspect. That means you're not satisfied with the current state or current situation. You're not satisfied with the current time frame, the way it's advancing. So what do you have to do? Go leaps and bounds because of your what? Discontentment. I've got a discontentment with how things are flowing. So now I have to change the trajectory of how things are moving. Now I have to move in a parabolic movement. And I talked about that before. Parabolean. Parabolo. From parabola or parable. What does that mean? I threw something and a trajectory to get over in a parabolic shape. That's not linear. So with all the discontentment now, I have to take things on a separate trajectory to get where I need to go. At this particular time, I don't need to bore through. What I want to do is leap over it because I'm discontent. So there is a gap. A gap in between going straight through something is a certain gap. And taking it to a different height or a different time frame. So within this gap, now I see all the pieces that I need. as I'm leaping over these particular obstacles, I can look down and see all the pieces that I need to continue on. I'm not boring through it. I'm using those times of discontentment, those times of anxiety, worry, fear, those blockages, those roadblocks, those things that impede my progress. I'm using them to launch me to the next level. See, sometimes it's when we get to a place where things get so bad in our lives, or we feel our worst just mentally, emotionally. That's when we superabound above normal limits. And see, I'm a coach. I know I catch my players and also students at the time they feel the worst, and I push them harder. Because it takes something supernatural to get them over this hump because of their discontentment. And when that happens, guess what? You pull out the best in them because they have to go through a transformation, a metamorphosis to get over. They have to think differently. So that's when you can pull the best out of them, because now they're not on this conveyor belt where they're just moving smoothly. Now they've got to bring something else out of them, peel off another layer of who they are. So you have to understand that when you're going through tough times, that's not the time to fold. That's not the time to start retreating and backing up. That's the time to tap into who you really are. The next level of what you're called to do. That's discontentment. So I'm discontent about this continuity or discontinuity. I want to have the ability to rise, to stand tall, to be strong. Vocabulary.com. Watch this. Let me switch over to Merriam-Webster College Dictionary or Merriam-Webster Online. Discontent, lack of satisfaction with one's possessions, status, situation. I'm discontent with the lack of satisfaction of my current possessions. Maybe I need to obtain something else to help get me over the hurdle, get me through life. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you know how to put those things into perspective, you're fine. There are certain natural things and physical things we need. Certain sense of taste, smell, touch, sight, sound. Those things help get us over the hurdle. Memories, we go back with this powerful nostalgic feeling over something we accomplished, something we did. And it's a booster. I'm telling you, listen, I've been boosted this week in a realm. I'm still diving into it and understanding and researching, embracing. Because there's a level of contentment, hello, somebody, that I achieve because of discontentment, discontinuity. I broke through barriers. Come on, listen. If you can think of an idea, and I want you to put it on the timeline, I want you to participate if you choose to do so. But I want you to put on the timeline an occurrence that made you feel discontent. And one of you were experiencing. However, it felt like time ceased to exist and you leaped right out of that thing. Come on, if you feel like doing that, I'm going to put it right on the timeline. When things seemed impossible. Come on, somebody. Yamaya on YouTube says, seeing with clarity of mind. I see you. Thank you. Wow. We advance through time. I see you, the one. Hashtag we advance through time. Yamaya on YouTube says, seeing with clarity. The one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander said, discontent with how things are going. That's right. Being discontent with how things are going. Now you've got to go to that next level, that quantum leap, the ability to get over, to be discontent. And there's nothing wrong with being discontent. That's an energy boost. I've got to do something about this. I'm discontent with how things are going, how things are flowing. Yeah. Discontent. Speaking of a time when things appear that you leaped out of time and was able to superabound and accomplish certain things. Listen, let me just tell you mine. I recall when I was trying to achieve the master's degree last year and one I just recently received. And at the time I was teaching, coaching, tutoring. That's right, being the president and CEO of Jumpstart Your Cognition LLC. I was busy trying to get my license as well. So, or should I say renewing my state license. So there are certain things that had to be done in a certain time frame. And I knew that I had to rise above what I was dealing with at the time. So with coaching, I would come home late and I would just sit down. I would sit down at my desk and begin to work. And only had a few hours to get these things done. And it seemed as if time slowed down for me. Because I was discontent with the current situations, trying to get assignments done, trying to think, trying to peel off the day, trying to peel off teaching all day, trying to peel off tutoring, trying to peel off coaching. Now I have to come down from all of that, dispel it, and get work done within a few hours before the deadline. It seemed as if I leaped into another realm and was able to get the work done. There are times I had to write 12-page, 20-page papers in one night, typed. I had to go to another place, a place of resilience to get it done. It wasn't going to happen in my current relaxed state, so I had to go to another place in me. Oh, come on, somebody. It poured out the best in me. It might have been strenuous, but it poured out the best in me. Let me just write that under. To superabound. Yeah. Come on here. Oh, come on, I like that sound. Yes, indeed. Take a moment and put a one on the timeline if you're with me. If you're with me, come on. Needed to mentally. I had to go through the pain and mental state. I had to jump. Come on here, to jump off. By Maya and JQ. Y'all see it on the timeline. That's powerful. There are times we've just got to leap out of our current situation. And the only way it's going to be fixed is if you become discontent with it. If you stay in a state of contentment on how you're living, how you're flowing, how you're handling things, you will never reach that plateau of happiness, success. And I don't mean just obtaining money. Gaining money is not a measure of success. How many lives have you reached? Come on, how many people have you caused to think differently, change their circumstances, situations? There are a lot of unsuccessful millionaires. They just knew how to get wealth. Doesn't make them successful. You can be miserable with $1 million and there won't be any success in it. Listen, just relaxing, sitting back, meditating. That's my success. I have my right state of mind. I can contemplate. I can reason. That's my success in one aspect of my life. Oh, come on, somebody. Watch this. Discontinuity of time breeds success. Look at the comparison between discontinuity and relativity. We talked about that, how things are relevant to the situation. It becomes relevant to you. You can see it. Now when you observe it, now the relevance comes out of it. The Prince of Peace and I was talking about that. How once it becomes relevant, or you observe it, it becomes necessary and relevant for you to now move to that next level. Now you can become successful because it's observable to you. It's observable. Watch this. Discontinuity of time in quantum mechanics. Discrete nature of time. It's a discrete nature of time. In quantum mechanics and certain quantum gravity theories, time may not be continuous, but composed of discrete units. Quantum events, like quantum entanglement, quantum transitioning, quantum leaping. They're governed by probability, and I had that on the board last week. They're governed by probabilities, which means those things are not instantaneous. It happens based on probabilities. Based on probabilities. What's the probability of you being successful? How have you positioned yourself? See, I've got to go back to this. Katie Royal Rain didn't just graduate because she thought about graduation. She didn't graduate on Monday because she thought about graduating on Monday. It's how she positioned herself. It's the studying that we didn't see that she was doing behind closed doors, along with working, along with family life, along with everything else she was doing. What did she do? Position herself discreetly. Oh, talk to me, somebody up in here. So what was the probability of her graduating on Monday? She ensured that the certainty was one. I told you the closer you get to one in probability, the certain that it would happen, the more certain that it was going to happen. So because of the preparation, because of the outlook, and I promise you, she had an outlook. There's no way you can become that successful without an outlook. I'm seeing my end. I'm declaring my end from the beginning. That's discrete quantum mechanics. That's quantum thought. I'm seeing it already done. Now I'm just going to advance and pass on to that occasion. I might have to leap around a little bit. I might have to jump over a few things. I might have to decree a certain thing. And so what we should be doing is saying, wow, it's achievable. I can accomplish those things. Even if it's not in education, it may be in another area. It's still achievable because it's your area of success. Quantum events, certain parameters, certain wave functions. You tap into certain frequencies. So what happens is she got this frequency to say, I got to get this done. I listen, from personal experience, I know that there are times that she just didn't feel like doing it. Oh, hello, somebody. Oh, you just gonna fly into a master's degree, right? No. Famous philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, he that learns to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk. One cannot fly into flying. You didn't just start flying. You had to learn to stand and walk one day so that you can fly into flying, so that you can prepare yourself to fly. Yeah, I believe I can fly. Come on, I'm getting ready to take this station identification break. Tap into some of this nectar prepared by the graduate. That's right. Katie Royal Rain up in here. I see you the one. Hashtag stand and walk. Oh, let me go back to this timeline here. Back to the timeline and read some of these comments from our YouTube page. Empress Yamaya, watch this. Let me go back up here. Sing with clarity of mind. That's right, Empress. Seeing with clarity of mind. Absolute being in the past, present, and future. Having the ability to see in the past, present, and future and operate in those states. That's discreteness. That's not continuity. That's quantum discreteness. Discontinuity. Watch this. Need to mentally. That's right. I had to go through the pain and mental state. I had to jump off. Come on here. I liked it. I had to jump off. That's right, Empress. Sometimes going through those pain and mental states. And not religiously, sometimes we've got to have that breakthrough just to break out of those states and push through it. She also said, speak. There will be many in our lifetime. Your expansion became greater. Yes, indeed. Love you guys. Empress Yamaya, thank you. The one to hashtag stand and walk. Listen, if you had not ever had an opportunity to donate to the Truth Session, please take an opportunity to do so. We want to say thank you in advance to those who plan to donate and have donated in the past. Thank you. That information we placed on the timeline, methods of donation, because Listen, we need your support to continue doing what we are doing.
Stand and walk.
Come on, Prince of Peace, telling us stand and walk.
Stand and walk. Stand and walk. Stand and walk. Stand and walk. Stand and walk. Stand and walk. Stand and walk. Stand and walk. Stand and walk.
Oh, come on, listen. Come on, hit me with those emojis. Those of you on the timeline, come on, hit me with those emojis. Whatever you got, the hearts, everything. Come on, somebody. The care, the concern. Listen, we're concerned about you. We care about you. We want you to stand and walk. Even at times when it just seems impossible. We've all been in those impossible situations, those impossible times where we had to stand and walk. We had to leap over those things. And we may still be going through it, but guess what? It's already all right. We've already made up in our mind that we are going to superabound. We're going to leap over, leap around, leap through whatever we may face. We've been designed to be successful. You have to see that we weren't placed here to be unsuccessful, to not make it to our end. We weren't placed here for that. So there was a greater good, which means now we got to focus on every stand, every step. Every time you get up, think about standing and walking. How many of you stand up not to walk? Doesn't make sense. You're able-bodied. You can stand and walk. But how many of us just stand up to not walk? No, I want to get up. I want to start walking. The key is to keep on moving. Keep moving. Things seem overshadowed with darkness. Oh, somebody's listening to me out there. You feeling overwhelmed, discontent with how things are going. I got to go back to the definition. Come on, stand up. Are longing for something better than the present situation, showing or experiencing dissatisfaction or restless longing. Lack of satisfaction with one's possession, status, or situation. Come on, stand and walk. You might be trying to get a promotion, knowing that you deserve it. They have not offered it yet. But you feel the discontentment with your current status. Stand up and walk. Your current possession. Stand up and walk. Have a relentless aspiration for improvement. I'm always looking for improvement, and no matter how well things are going for me, I'm always looking for improvement. Just because it's going well doesn't mean it's supposed to stay in that same state. Or we'll still be doing a Flintstone, we'll still be pedaling. We still have these cars that we have to use a pedal to move, right? So we got everything going on now. Why? Because it was time to stand up and walk. Yeah. Aspirations to improve. Hashtag satisfaction. Come on, somebody. Hashtag. Come on. Yes. Come on, come on. Come on. Listen, I'm going to drop these last two pieces on you and we're going to get out of here. I just want to stop by and drop something in your spirit today so that you can carry this with you for the rest of the weekend, the rest of the week, until we meet again. Watch this. Relativity of time. General relativity. Flexible and continuous time. Watch what Einstein's theory says. In Einstein's theory of relativity, time is part of the space-time continuum, which bends and stretches in response to mass, energy, and velocity. Time is not absolute, but relative, varying based on gravitational fields, time dilation, and relative motion. Watch this. General relativity assumes time is continuous. So general relativity assumes that time is continuous, forming an unbroken fabric with space. In other words, it's just a continual movement through space because it's connected to the fabric of space. That's unbroken. Discontinuity, dealing with quantum principles, don't do that. Time is always broken. Time is always, if I can say it like this, pieced together. Not on this linear quantum relationship. Sometimes theories propose that continuous relativity in time have discrete quantum properties and processes. Has discrete quantum principles and processes. In other words, you're not going to wrestle and tie time down. You're not going to control speed and location. Because when you're dealing with quantum principles, movement of electrons and different things, you cannot detect them. You're not going to be able to say, oh, it's going this fast and will be positioned in this location. It's a constant movement. So everything that I do, I look to create those constant movements, constant speeds. Even if you look at the NBA, or not even just the NBA, but you look at the younger players now, high school players and college players, they've got this move in basketball where they'll change time on you and direction. It's a hesitation move that everybody's doing now. Their defender is moving quickly with them. All of a sudden they'll do a hesitation move, step back, and it'll throw off the balance of their opponent. And then they'll pick up speed and go right by him. Discrete time. Oh my goodness. That's quantum principles. The basketball players are using, even the football players. If you watch the college football, NFL, high school football, you can see that there's a change of time and a change of direction. They're going at maximum speed. All of a sudden, there's a change in motion. Or it's a hesitation move, and what happens is the opponent will slow down quickly to try to match that change of direction and speed, then all of a sudden, boom, they change direction and time and speed again, and it throws them off completely. That's discontinuity. They just don't know that they're using physics and mathematics and quantum principles to be successful. Listen, I'm telling you, that's my push. That's my push, is to use quantum principles every day of my life. And with that being said, listen, I see that the one has placed on the timeline, no Wind Down Wednesday, therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation for Wednesday, 12/25. This week there will be no Wind Down Wednesday. We know others are out celebrating. We'll be out celebrating that day at home or whatever the case may be. But there will be no Wind Down Wednesday. However, if you feel like pulling out your wine and having a little therapy with a sip at home with your family, That's quite all right. And listen, this one ought to hold you. Come on, somebody, hold what you got. Muse over it. Ponder over it. Concentrate upon it. But by all means, govern yourselves accordingly. Listen, y'all have a great rest of the weekend. We love you, appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. Hit that share button on the way out. Tell somebody. Oh, hello, somebody. With that being said, stand up and walk.